All right, so today's video, we are watching an Ashe Tracer on PC in Masters 5 DPS. They say, hello, I am currently on the grind of ranked and things are going kind of good. Well, this game not. We started to get stomped by the enemy team, Genji in particular, and I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was over when they almost reached our last point with 4 minutes. Then I thought in the moment, why don't I swap to Tracer just to have a little more fun? And so I did. And things started to change. Keep in mind, I don't really play Tracer, so expect some mistakes. Hope you can give me some advice in my Tracer gameplay. Have fun. Okay, we'll see how it goes. Here we go. There's a dynamite. Okay. So I probably don't need to tell you this, but if you want your dynamite to get a little bit more value, throw it before and then time it so it will explode as the door opens up, or like you can kind of shoot it right away when they go out of there. That's not going to get much. Just to point that out, like that's usually what you would do is do that much more before, or much before. Or I don't know what I said. That didn't make any sense, but you get what I'm saying. Much more before. Okay, that's I'm really hitting all cylinders today so far. Let's go. Dynamites are already looking rough, but hey, you're getting kills, so we'll see. Just to kind of give you an idea, when you're playing against, like, let me kind of show the comp. Like, you have a Moira, you have a Genji here, and then you have a Xion. These are very dive-centric heroes, right? Remember to keep in mind with positioning. Like, you're a sniper. I don't want you to react to them diving you. I want you to be ahead of their dive. So let me give you an idea. Junkertown's a really strong map for snipers because of your ability to be really far away. Your ability to get all the way back here makes them have to use 2 cooldowns to get to you. Anytime you can maximize cooldown potential to get to you is huge. So you're going to want to predict their dive beforehand. If you end up staying here, you'll probably fall over. Like if I was playing against an Ashe that just stood here, there's a good chance that once this card gets to about here, we're going to get you if you're stuck in this spot. So I'm curious to see your rotation. Okay, here's the Xion. Yep, there you go. Yep, you know there's divers to your right, don't you? Okay. Thankfully, their Mauga decided to run it down mid, so that works out for you. So let's see. If you're here, does this look better than if you're here as a sniper? You have no room to work with. But if you're over here, do you see what it looks like? Then that forces these heroes to have to really dive to you. Hey, you go, what about Ana? Ana can shoot me. Got a health pack right here. See what I'm saying, though, about readjusting your positioning before that happens? I knew that was going to happen to you if you stayed here because that's just Junkertown. Think about a perspective. If you were on Genji, how would you dive this? And you need to think about your timings to move yourself back before those dives happen. So we'll see, you know? Either way, this is the snowball after. I'll let that one slide there. But so far, I'm not even, like, looking at your mechanics. Obviously, I think your dynamites need some improvement, but overall, I'm trying to, like, I think your positioning is going to be your #1 adjustment here as you've hit Masters. You really need to start being ahead of their play. And when you do that, things get a lot better. Right now, I would know they have Blade, right? Obviously, I can see they have Blade, but in my mind, I'm going, okay, they have Blade. So I need to adjust myself in a position that won't get bladed. Which means that you would want to path this way, so that way you don't get bladed. Reason why you path this way, if your teammates are going here, you don't want to stack up, so you want to be at an off angle to give yourself a shot. Is it a high percentage play? No, you're probably getting snowballed here due to a nano blade, but it's understanding the situation. You go, well, what if they nano blade me here? Let me ask you this question, chat. If they nano blade you here and your team is over here, where's that dash reset going? It's going nowhere, which means that at the very least, you're basically making them use 2 ultimates to get 1 singular kill, which then gives your teammates a chance to use your own combo to win. Sometimes you will start team fights down. Sometimes it's an effective strategy to be down 1 when there's a huge ult advantage for the other team, or like they have better ults on the retake. So you have to be the one to go on the off angle. And if they don't shoot at you, then you probably build your Bob up, and then now your Bob might be able to take over. Either way, you're on Tracer now, so, you know, you could have argued to keep your Bob for this, but it's okay if you don't. I mean, we'll see. So now, again, remember, you got to keep track of what they have. I also would recommend playing. Usually one of the better ways to kind of stop the initial burst is to be there and not, like, I don't know what you were just doing, but I would say be there. That's usually whatever you had to do, you know, in between probably the play, you know? So that's usually an effective strategy, being there. All right? All right, you got the more health. Okay, so in your mind, what do they have, right? Mauga. So I'm gonna try to stay away from that Mauga right now. That's my goal. I know that I would get ulted by the Mauga. Okay, so you've done step 1. Shooting that, it's okay. Like, you really can't do anything else. All right. Now you have one ultimate left. One ultimate left. Xion ultimate. But you can't give him any more space. So you have to be aggressive and push him back. There you go. Good job. Awesome. Okay. Health pack. Good job. Aim's looking good. Nice job. Hot take. Your Tracer's been solid. Your Ashe is actually what needed a little bit of work. Again, your cooldown management needs a little bit of work, but honestly, Tracer's been solid. Aim was looking good there. Obviously, you know, I want to point out to you that notice how you kind of flanked behind them and they didn't readjust their positioning. That's the concept I was talking about. I don't know where you're going right now. Taking a tour of Junkertown. Alrighty. Just to show everybody, if you really want to know a trick, jump up to this. See right here? Jump up to this. Jump up to this. Go right here. Obviously, just be careful just like hitting your head on this. Here, here, there. Then you're up on high ground. Okay. That was a pulse bomb. Yeah. Okay, point. Good idea. Stay there for now. Yep. They're going to still go for it. Good movement for now. I don't know what's going on with their Genji blade. Right idea for now. Pressure on the back line. That's good. I want to talk about this very quickly. If you're playing Tracer, I would really avoid trying to go in the open space here. As Tracer, I would try to set up more for like the annoying flanks here, or like already going back up top there, obviously with the way I showed you. And kind of like being annoying, maybe going over here. This is a little bit more all in, but you have health packs. You can disengage this way. You want to end up basically making them have to turn around rather than just looking at you in front. And that's like a big mistake people will make on Tracer sometimes, including myself. Don't want to like fight them like you're playing a Cassidy. That's how you take a bunch of poke damage. Play to where you end up behind them, or at least frustrating them from an angle. Obviously, I think you figure that out later on. But like, you see how you're kind of just like stuck in the mud here? Like if you were already set up on the high ground post-fight, you're doing way more than you just were right there. Like right there, you were just a part of, you were there for fun, right? So, you know, good morning, everybody. We're doing well. Yep. Again, I want you to see this pathway. You notice how you're getting a lot of pressure on you? This is why you want to pull pressure elsewhere. Even this is fine for now. If emongg is looking at a Tracer on the right-hand side, that's great. So see, there you go, there you go. See how you were just stuck in that same rotation? This is what I'm talking about. Now they can't do damage to you. There's a grav main, so let's look for that. Slight misstep, not looking for the grav, but obviously I have no idea how many are in it. Now the Xion's distracted by you. That pulse bomb certainly was a pulse. I'm not going to judge your pulse bombs because that just takes practice and understanding the projectile throw of the pulse bomb. So there you go. Denying health pack or try to. Get the kill, easy. Notice how when you're not directly in front of them, you get way more value. When you're not just standing directly in front of them, you're able to do more. That's why I want you to set up. Yes, here you go. Yes, this is important. I want to kind of like talk about this for general, because this is a general tip in Overwatch. The post setup phase after a team fight is one of the most important parts of this game. And in this situation, if you haven't noticed, you haven't been doing that, the best thing to actually do is after a team fight's over, go set up again. Go get yourself in the next spot. You're going to win more games if your team sets up post-fight than just standing on the cart waiting for the next team fight. All right. End up kind of in the middle again. Understanding what ultimates that team has. Remember that. Thankfully, they decided that going for the Tracer here was secondary. Even then, you still got killed. Remember, tracking ultimates is huge, so you don't want to put yourself on top of the emongg during that. You want to be playing those angles that I talked about. So that's understanding the situation. I think that's been your number one problem. Mechanically, you've had some good shots. Obviously, Ashe needs a bit of work in Dynamite, but I think it's more of like, you kind of forget about what they have, and you don't necessarily path correctly and go to the right spots. And then, like, even here, like, you don't need to drop down, right? See how you... Like, you just need to, like, kind of be annoying on the angle. There you go. Yes. Then you deny the right side. Don't go to that side because they're looking there. Yep. There you go. There you go. Perfect. Just recall. You're good. I'm not even worried about you missing some shots. I'm worried about you doing exactly what you're doing. How much time is this Ana spent looking at the other players? And look at Malga's HP right now. Yep. See that? See how you're on the flank? You're not one-clipping people, right? But do you see what you did? That Ana at no point could look at their tank, and then you win the team fight. See what I'm saying? Sometimes it's supposed to the distraction part, right? Like, that's why I wanted you to kind of path and set up more on those high grounds than just, like, sit there and wait for the team fight to happen, because when you do that, even there, where you're missing all of your shots, right? Not all of them, but you're missing a lot of your shots, you're being effective because you're making them turn. Like, the point I'm making is, like, even when you're not having your best aim day, or you're not, like, one-clipping people, staying alive there and just being annoying to their backline is more than enough sometimes. All right, here we go. Yep. You don't need to force that. Give yourself a second at the beginning. That Mauga is way out of position. But the Ashe gets the kills. Okay, so in this situation as Tracer, you want to find a way to path behind them without being seen. I would actually recommend the bottom right way, because you have a health pack there. Or going top left stairs and blinking over the top left. This is not... No, you're not... Go up. Yep, you're fine. This way works too. It's I wouldn't... Yep, nope. Go put yourself here. No. Go like top left and like blink over, or go like somewhere else. Like, let me show you. You can path this way. Look at this. Ready? Sight lines, very minimal. You can go here. You can go underneath this little area. They can't see you as much, and you can kind of slowly go here. If they're here, you don't have to go that way. Then you can just go over here and then, again, take the side of the map. Look at what the map gives you. This was actually designed for this. When they redesigned Junkertown, you have cover and access to get behind them. You were just sitting here waiting for your teammates to make a play. And that, honestly, yeah, it can work sometimes. But you want to go and be, make those plays happen. Obviously, your team has pushed them back now due to the Mauga, like, being too aggro. There you go. See how you ended up in the spot I talked about, but you just ended up there later on after your teammates made a play? You can do this without even your teammates making a play. Perfect. Now you're set up. Now wait. Yep, you're doing the right play. You wait a second. Wait till the Mauga drops down. That's going to be the step. Okay, Mauga drops down. Perfect. Ready, and go. 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 There you go. Perfect. Awesome. So what happened there? Did you sit there the whole time shooting at them? Did you run in front of them and let the Mauga see you? No. You went for a patient play, you set up, and you got a free kill due to your position. See why I want you to set up that way more frequently? Because what rank is this? Masters. That's why I want you to more frequently do plays like this. Because I think a lot of the time, obviously you want to be involved in every team fight. But I would say that if you're on Tracer, if you are making their supports look away, and you're making them not heal everybody, you're going to be in a great spot. And the setup of Tracer is a big part of that, right? Or, have the Xion look at you. Just don't have them look at your teammates. Is basically what I'm getting at. Pulse bombs could use some work. I'm not acting like I'm the best at pulse bombs, but these pulse bombs could use some work. All right. Basically, go in the training range and look at the projectile. It is a projectile. Once you figure that part out, pulse bombs get a lot easier to understand, like the range, how much you need to lob them in the air, etc. So you can also, if you get good at blink melees, you can blink pulse bomb too. If you know how to blink melee, which is where, like, basically you melee and blink at the same time, so that way when you, like, get to them, you melee them, so you get extra damage. Like that. That was a blink melee. You can do the same thing with the pulse bomb. A lot of really good tracers are good at, like, blink pulse bomb. So basically the same concept, but with a pulse bomb, because you get really close to them, so it's harder to, like, miss that. So that's also a really effective, like, strategy in my opinion. Okay? Like right there, like, you see how you rushed back to the middle? You don't have to do that. Just stay alive for a second. Just stay alive there. Be a nuisance in the back line to create space for your team, to take, like, pressure away. You're doing it now, but, like, I would have liked you to be behind them right now, like, at that bridge area. That's a really advantageous spot. So, all right. Pathing. You can't kill the Bob. A little bit of a note on Bob. If no one's shooting at the Bob right away, that Bob ain't going down. I've noticed that too, where I'm like, let's get Bob, and then, like, everybody's like, no. So I'm just shooting Bob by myself, and I'm like, that was a waste of time. Top left. Yep. Now you don't have to go this way directly if you don't want to. There you go. Yes. Pulling pressure. They're looking at you now. Perfect. Good job. Don't worry about that Xion. Okay. Let's take a look here. Even if you get the kill on the Xion who has 1 HP, right? I just want to like kind of showcase something here because you probably will get the kill on Xion. Look at like what's more effective here, okay? The Xion is putting backline pressure on your team. You're not putting backline pressure, which means that the Ashe is doing this. The Ana is looking at the team to heal. The Sigma is, or the D.Va is on your Sigma, and the Kiriko doesn't have to worry about anything. Their Xion is killing your Zenyatta, pulling pressure away from the team, so that way everybody has to kind of worry about things. Ana's over here, kind of caught out because of the ultimate, etc. You see the difference between a flanker being aggressive and like you play more passive. Now again, you're gonna get the kill here, so it works out for you. But this won't always go this way, in my opinion. Like you won't. That right there will not happen too frequently. And then now you're back to square one, where like now you're on the low ground, and now you're not set up. See? So just something to show, just to show to you there. I will say getting the kill on Xion, you know, it's still important there. All right, perfect. Again, what happened right there? Tracer went aggressively at the Ana and went for a flank play. You got Ana grenade out. Already effective. Don't need a kill. Don't need anything. You got it out. That's perfect. Yep. Will you hit a pulse bomb? You hit a melee. I mean, yeah, you kind of went for the blink pulse bomb there, but you missed. Yeah, real talk, training range, work on pulse bombs. You'll understand the projectile speed. Once you understand the projectile speed, your pulse bombs will get better. Whenever I had to really hit pulse bombs, I learned that way. Now I just suck at pulse bombs. I don't play Tracer much anymore, but once you understand that projectile, you'll get it down. There you go. So you're on the last point now. There you go, top right. Yeah. It's okay to spam the Tracer. I'm okay with this. Like taking an angle and poking out the D.Va there, I'm fine with it. Good job doing enough damage there. A little bit of a reminder, there's just some players who still don't understand how Sigma Ultimate works or like understands like the concept. To get a kill with Sigma Ultimate, you need to do, the HP needs to be 50% or below. So if you're ever like wondering like what targets to go for in a Sigma Ultimate, just get the players below 50% and the Sigma will get the kill. So like right there, even like a couple of shots just to guarantee that was effective. Here we go. All right. Here it is. This is good, by the way. I like this. They know you're up here. You're forcing out cooldowns. Right, ready? Now go down the stairs or stay up there and be annoying. Oh, even better. They came to you. Good job. You do need to work on your movement close range. You kind of outplay yourself sometimes, but overall solid. There you go. Yep. There you go. Yes. Yay! You notice how you were patient with your pulse bomb there and you just throw it randomly? Much better. Good job. Much better. Keep doing what you're doing. Now get out now. Get out now. Just play the lip. Yes. Perfect. There you go. See? Staying alive there. You're not one-clipping people, but you're being effective enough to where they have to look at you. Again, the best Tracers I play against are the ones that obviously, yes, have good aim, but also know how to survive as Tracer. I would have grabbed the health pack there, by the way, but it's fine. It worked out anyway, but still. I got a kill. That's nice. Yeah, you know where to go. You have the right idea. I've seen you look there. You have the right idea. You have the right idea. Back right. Okay, I guess the more is out of... Okay, and you won the game. So, just to kind of give you feedback here, you do a lot of solid stuff on Tracer, which is why, like, you end up winning the game. I definitely want you to path better. I think if you can learn pathing and, like, set yourself up in the backline, every time I pointed out to you of how, like, putting pressure on the backline was effective, there was a huge, like, night and day difference when you did that. Work on those pulse bombs. Work on how to path to get behind them to be more of a distraction. Stop, like, kind of waiting on things to happen. Like, get to the backline, be annoying, play to survive. You'll get your kills when you get them. On Ashe, you got to work on the dynamites, and that's basically all I saw from you from Ashe. But your dynamites needed a little bit of work. And remember to adjust your positioning before the play happens. Predict the play that's going to happen. Do not let them dive you and get the free kills. When you start to do that, you'll win more, and you'll probably climb a little bit more through Masters. So work on that stuff, and you got this. You absolutely got this. You like the video? Make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to YouTube if you haven't. Leave a comment. All that helps. If you want to submit your own spectating, my Discord is where to do that. If you want to watch another one of these, we have a lot of spectators. Click this, the links over here on the bottom left or wherever the heck it is. It's going to be a good one. With that being said, hope you all have an amazing day/night.